The 25th Hour Radio Show.
Sarah, I guess the best place to start here is by thanking you for being my guest today on the show. It's always an honor and a pleasure to speak with someone who has as much talent and potential as you do. So thank you for taking time out and joining me today.
Thanks, Rob. That's so nice of you to say.
So let's start from the beginning. When did you get the itch to learn how to play music in the first place? What inspired you to do this?
Just, ever since I can remember, pretty much my whole family has been into music and playing music and stuff. My parents had us all in music lessons when we were kids and stuff. I'm probably 7, 8 years old or something. And all the different kinds of, piano lessons, guitar lessons, choir. Whenever we could get our hands on school bands, playing in marching bands and stuff like that. I mean, anything was going on that we could get our hands on pretty much.
Yeah, there's a definite difference in learning how to play music as opposed to learning how to perform in front of an audience. And by watching your videos and performances online, I can tell you've really come into your own, as far as that goes. Is performing in front of a crowd natural for you? I mean, was it scary at first? I mean, do you still get the pre-performance jitters?
It was a little scary at first. I think the first time I ever performed solo singing in front of a crowd was probably when I was about 16 years old, maybe. And it was pretty nerve-wracking, but I did it, and I've just been, ever since I've moved to Nashville, I've really kind of just, I don't get nervous anymore. I play so much, and it's really just a great place to hone your craft and work on your chops, and just really dial it in, because there's so much opportunity to play here. I play more than I've ever played in my life. I play anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week while I'm here, if not more.
Yeah. One of the biggest highlights for a musician is putting together and releasing their first album. You released One Good Thing back in 2012, and you just released your sophomore album, Tennessee Love Song, a couple months ago. I feel like the new album kind of exposes a softer side to Sarah Gayle Meech as opposed to your first album. Do you agree with that statement?
I do. It's a little more laid back, and I think I just kind of fell more into where I wanted to be as a singer and a writer, and it wasn't, it's a little bit more of just kind of, where I'm at now, I think before it was my first album, and I was, a little more, kind of knee deep in the drinking and the honky tonking and a little bit more like a rowdy feel, and this one's, it's a couple years later, and here I am, and it's just I wanted something that was just a little bit more relaxed, like kind of more smooth, kind of that in 1970s, a lot of country feel back then when they had full orchestration and stuff like that, and that was a lot of my influence was the Glenn Campbell sounded stuff and the Charlie Rich and those kind of records.
When I first buy an album, especially with a newer artist, I'll skim through the album and listen to the songs that grab my attention from the get-go. And once I listen to those songs, over and over again, I'll go back and listen to the others, and it gives me more of an appreciation for that artist and their music. That's just how I work. In your mind, what's the songs on this album you would tell me to listen to get me first turned on to Sarah Gayle Meech?
From the new album, Tennessee Love Song, the title track. That one's a pretty good introduction. Stormy Weather too. The first song is a ballad, and I made a pretty clear choice of putting that as the first song. It's because the album is a little bit more, laid back. It's a little more mellow, and I didn't feel the need to start the album off with some ass kicker,
Yeah. I'm looking over your press release here, and it says you've only lived in Tennessee for 5 years. How has that, helped you as an artist making that move?
Oh, it definitely was what I needed to do. I was out in LA, and I love LA. I love being there. I was there for a long time, but I just didn't have the same opportunities to play and to grow as I do here. Like I said before, there's so much opportunity here for what I'm doing, and so much opportunity to play and to grow, and so much inspiration from different from other artists, and I mean so many super talented musicians and writers. It's a pretty inspiring thing every day just to be around here, you know.
Mm-hmm. You know, the album itself is titled Tennessee Love Song. How much of this album incorporates like experiences you've had since making the move to Nashville? Has most of the ideas for these songs come from this time period?
Yeah, just about the whole album. The only song that was a song I wrote while I was in California is At the Bar Again. That was one I actually wrote a couple of years back. But everything else is in the present, in the now, and yeah, definitely a reflection of the last 4 or 5 years I've been here now, and the highs and lows, experiences, and
how long is it taking you to put this album together?
I recorded the album last year, last January. We started recording it in 2014, and we had it finished by probably about March. And then, by the time I got it, the mixing, the mastering, all that stuff, it was, I don't know, maybe around May or June or something like that. And it was finished for a good couple months, like probably about a half a year before I actually put it out.
So who all do you
probably
have?
More than that.
Who all do you have working with you on this album?
Well, right now it's just me. But, I'm independent. I don't have a record label.
Yeah.
And when I put the record out, I didn't really have the means to do it, so I had launched a Kickstarter campaign, and I knew that I wanted to try to get some more coverage out of the record, like some publicity, and I needed some help with radio. So we did a Kickstarter campaign, and then I was able to release the record. Got some help from a great publicist, Maria Drummond, over at the Press House, and been working with my pal Rich Mahan over at radio promotions that he's doing, and so I have that little team that's been helping out. But other than that, I'm no record label. So
yeah,
just doing it myself, doing it my way.
Yeah. So where can people go and catch a live performance from you? I mean, do you have a set place you perform at every now and again?
We have residencies in Nashville at Robert's Western World and the Nashville Palace and Layla's Bluegrass Inn. So you can catch us, if we're not on tour, then that's home base for us, our natural habitat. Just about at least 3 times a week, like Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays for sure, and Saturdays now too. So all the shows are on my website, GayleMeech.com, and we got all kinds of tour stuff coming up. I just got back from tour. We were on tour for probably about the last 40 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you enjoy getting out and traveling like that and touring?
I do. I love it. I want to do it more. I definitely need to do it more. It's kind of booking shows is a full-time job. I mean,
absolutely.
For a lot of artists that are out there doing it successfully, it's like you're playing like, I don't know, 150, 200 dates a year on the road. And I haven't done that yet. I haven't played that many tour dates yet. So.
Now, the band that you have right now, have you been together for a while?
With some of the guys, yeah. I have quite a few players here in Nashville that are in rotation because there's so much work here. Everybody plays with everybody else. A lot of my guys tour with a lot of big time artists, like my pedal steel player, Tony Hannum. He plays with Winona Judd. He's out on tour with her right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of my bass players, David Spiker, plays with a lot of people like Kathy Mattea, Mel Tillis, Lori Morgan, people like that.
So you got some pretty talented people surrounding you.
I do. There's so many good players here in Nashville. It's kind of like ridiculous.
Everybody's good, huh? Yeah.
Well, not everybody, but
everybody's trying to be anyway. In the age of social media, we're all getting kind of spoiled with the ability to get instant feedback on pretty much anything. What kind of response from fans are you getting from the new album? I know it's got to be good.
Strong reactions. People are loving it, not just liking it. You know, it's been pretty good. I mean, there hasn't. Most of the reactions have been pretty strong reactions. Like, you know, people just saying, "Oh my God," you know, this album kind of thing, which is really cool.
Yeah, I bet. Now, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans? You know, the people who are supporting you and what you're doing, who's out there going to shows and buying your albums?
Yeah, thanks. Keep up the great support. Come out, see us on tour, catch a live show.
Now, as far as, I know you mentioned this a few minutes ago, but as far as website, social media, where people can go to get all the information they need to know about you, where can they do that at?
At sarahgaylemeech.com.
And do you have any Facebook pages or anything like that? Do you do that?
Oh yeah, we got Facebook pages and Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff. We're out there.
You're all over the place, huh? Well, was there anything else you'd like to add that maybe I forgot to mention or anything like that?
I have vinyl. I actually pressed vinyl. My first time for vinyl pressing is Tennessee Love Songs now available on vinyl, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me on the show today. You have such a bright future ahead of you, and I wish you the best of luck in all you do.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
The 25th Hour Radio Show.